Hello, crafty friends. It's Amy. Welcome to my channel. It's nice to see you here. I have some very fun projects using napkins. Let's check it out. Now, this is a jar that, I believe it was 22 inches. Now, for this specific project, which is going to be making a holder for tissues, like, tissues for your nose, you want to use a jar that's between 20 and 24 inches tall, and make sure that it's a wide mouth. See where I'm holding my hand, you can get it in a lot easier. And then choose some paint. I am using the drop cloth Dixie Belle and just putting it on with a nice paintbrush, but if you wanted to dab it on with a sponge, that would work great. Then you wouldn't see the lines. All right, here's a cute napkin. I am going to list to you some spots where I have gotten these napkins lately. Oh my gosh, the napkin world is so neat. There are so many cute designs out there that the possibilities are endless. Now with napkin art, you have to get your layers down. Sometimes these napkins are 2 and sometimes they're 3 layers. And this is using a little water. Water works, and sometimes you'll see that I'm using just a tiny bit of glue. Unfortunately, with the glue, you'll get you might have it stuck to your fingers a little bit. So, make sure that glue when you do it is mostly gone, but actually the glue works the best. Now I'm using some water just to wetten, dampen that. And I might have had a little bit too much water, but basically what I want to do is just get that all pulled away so it's not a straight edge. It looks better if you can, have it a little more soft on the edge. I'm just showing you the seam, and that's where I'm going to start. And I'm just using the good old Mod Podge from Plaid, whatever it is. And I did do a little investigating on doing some of this type of applying napkins down to glass. Because it's curved, it's not the most easiest thing. And so this would be one technique, to hold your glass or your jar still, using a little bit of like rice in a bag, to kind of hold it still while you're working. And that works pretty nice. Just going to put a layer on, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply the napkin and just get kind of started as straight as I can. And that's why I went with that line, because you can use the line as a guide. And if it overlaps at the top, that's okay too. This can always be fixed later, but if you can get it straight the first time, that's the best. Okay, so then I've got that down, and just going to rotate it, flip it back, and then again we're going to apply some Mod Podge. Now I noticed there were spots that I did kind of miss, so pull it back, enough, and try and get all those areas that you did not have some on before. And then this is all going to happen in one sitting. You want to do this without interruptions. Just go through the whole thing and get it down, because otherwise it might be a little more difficult to get it down and nice and smooth. And this is another technique, is just using some saran wrap to cover it, and that way you're not touching the napkin directly and you're able to smooth it out a little better. I really do like the use of the saran wrap. It really, really helped a lot. And so we're at the tail end here of getting it around the whole entire jar, and just showing you how I'm finishing it up, and then just going over it and going to put the seam together. Now, you could put something on the bottom of this, like, I guess if I'm going to sell them, I'm going to do some of the felt, that you can get, and I'm going to make it nice on the bottom. And then you can seal these. This one I just put more of the Mod Podge on it. You know, seal it with whatever you wish. Now here's the fun part. This is how you do these napkins. These are, I bought them in Target and I got 4 in a package. And so I estimated it was about $2.50 each. So you got to, you know, say that's part of the cost. And the top came off, and then I just pulled the entire thing out. And there are videos out on loading these without using these little on the go perfect fit, you know, Kleenex boxes. It's up to you. But I love how this top just fit right on there. And this is the wide mouth top. And it just fit perfectly, screwing it on. And then you didn't have to come up with something as to how do we get these to pull out, you know, in a good way. So here it is. Imagine the possibilities, the different napkins or words you could use, just everything. It can be customized, you know, given as gifts. I just love it. How fun! Let's keep going. I've got another DIY. Now these little cuties, I bought like 2 or 3 of them in Hobby Lobby. And it's like the wood is just perfect. It's just like a mini cutting board, and you don't have to sand it. It's just ready to go. And so again, I'm going to use my napkins, and this would be applying it to wood. And I'll show you this process. So I've got these little calendars. Sometimes businesses will have them. If you just wanted to make a couple of them, you could ask them for a couple of their calendars. I know I've seen those in the insurance companies where they sell your insurance. Sometimes it's at gas stations. These I bought through Tailored Expressions, and I can put that link in the description box. I believe it was 10 of them in a package for like $4, so not very expensive. Now here I'm going to do a little taping, and so I'm just trying to mark it where it's straight, and then I'm going to do some painting. This is just a regular acrylic paint, and just apply that and let it dry in full. And this helps so then that napkin, you know, it's got some kind of a background. It's not going to be where you can't see it very clear, because it's got a white background now, and it'll be better, and you can see it better. I love these napkins. I know a couple years ago I had offered some. I still have some, and I got this at Home Goods. I believe these were from, it was a German napkin, which are very common. You can get those around. And so here I am with my glue. I think I had a little bit too much. If you have a glue stick, that's probably just enough. And unfortunately, I used my glue stick up. I haven't replaced it. But that works really slick. It's just you're going to have a little bit on your fingers. Anyway, we'll keep going here. Mod Podge again. And I'm just going to apply a layer, and while it's still wet, I'm going to lay down my 1 layer of napkin. And like I had done earlier, you know, kind of look at it beforehand and decide how much of that design you want. I had cut off the bottom so then it would show in a very nice way the little bunny. And then again with our saran wrap to kind of help with smoothing that out, and so it's nice and smooth. And then just gently pull it away. Let that dry, and then a nice way to get this to come off nice and easily is just take a That's just a sanding block. That sanding block I got at Home Depot a long time ago. I got a couple of them, and they're just great for things like this. And just pull it down and it'll just take that edge off and make it nice and crisp and clean. Another idea would just be to use a nail file embroidery, or not embroidery, emery board. Okay, things are dry now. I wanted to wrap a little, just this like thin ribbon string type stuff. This is where I kind of get my card stuff kind of pulled into my crafts, and this is totally something you do in making a card, but it does add a lot, and just a pretty little neutral colored bow, to kind of add to it. All right, and now I'm ready for there's 12 of them there, and you just pull them off each month and little calendar. Just put a little glue on there and plop it on. Now this is neat too, because they could replace that every year if they wanted to just pull it off. It would be fine. We're not quite done. We got a little bit, some ribbon to put on the top, a little messy bow, I guess you would call it. And we got some carrots in the ribbon and just some fun things. And just to put that on, and we do want to trim it along, or trim the edges of that, but I wanted to put a cute little button in there too. It's fun as you collect things. Then you can look at your crafting room and you can go, yep, I have that, or yeah, that's neat. Or if you're out and about and you see something, pick it up, because chances are if you're going to craft, you're going to need it down the road. If it's something you like, it's surprising at what you'll use some of your items for. Now these I found they're kind of for cards, like if you were going to display a card. I can link that as well, and I just thought of that would be a nice way to display this and inexpensive way to do that. And there it is. I love how this turned out. That bunny is so pretty, and that natural wood from that miniature cutting board is just so nice. That would make a very nice gift for someone, especially at Christmas. Hey, let's keep rolling. I've got one more DIY. You're going to love this, you guys. You can take napkins and put them on fabric. Now these I picked up at Michael's, and basically it was 3 of these, in a little set for $10. That was the price of them without any, coupons or anything. Now, what you want to do, it's kind of like if you were going to do a t-shirt, you'd want to put something in there. You want to do that because we're going to put this special fabric Mod Podge right on top of this little bag. And again, I love my cute little bunnies, so I'm going to get prepping that first. Just going to pull it along, and I'm going to eyeball things to make sure it's the right size, tear away the layers, and get everything ready before you pull out your Mod Podge. Now, like I said, this is a specific for fabric, and it actually worked out very good. I was so happy with how this turned out. And again, this is something you'll want to do when you don't have any interruptions. You want to just do it right away and finish it as far as putting this on your fabric. All right, so it's pretty thick. It's thicker than your normal Mod Podge, and I am just trying to eyeball where to put it on my little pouch. And when it was dry, you could see a little bit of the area. It was a little glossy, but here I am with the saran wrap. But you can take your hot iron and you can go over it, but then you'll want to put parchment paper over the top of it and then hot iron it. And that kind of helps with that glossiness to go away. Make sure everything's dry, of course. Here's the next size. And again, these cute napkins. Oh my goodness. Such cuteness. So I'm going to list two of them. One of them is Vippy's, and the other one is Jenny Willie. And she's got like a Facebook page. And that's, as far as I know, that would be the only place where you could get her napkins. The process is you just like take snapshots of the ones that you see on her website album, or I mean not website, Facebook album with all her napkins, and she posts them on very regularly. So if you follow her, you'll get them. Anyway, and then you just send her a message and she will get those already. She'll give you a total. It's not there, very expensive for like a cocktail napkin. It's like 80 cents. Now just think about that. You get 4 designs. And then she'll, of course, put some shipping and handling on it. And so just make sure that if you order, please, pay her promptly when she gets to it. I know she's had some frustration with people not paying it. And then she's pulled out all these napkins, gotten this ready, and then, they've ghosted her. So if that happens, she'd probably, not ever do that again for you. So just you know how it is. You want to keep things rolling and support our little businesses. All right, here we are peeling these apart, and these chickens. Oh, this is so pretty. This napkin, oh my goodness. It's like it was a wide one, and it wasn't like a 4 panel, it was 2. And it was perfect for this larger little pouch. And so I was like, oh, here we go. Put that on there. It's so vibrant. It turned out so pretty, you guys. Oh, and you know how I am with, I love my little, it'd be like a bowl, something to put in a bowl filler. I like to make those. And so I thought, I'm going to make some. And when I get done with these, I will show you in this video some of those that I made with some of those very, very cute napkins. I am so excited about this. So here we are. We're at the end. I did both sides. That would be best. Aren't those just so sweet and cute? And then our very beautiful chicken and rooster. Okay, now check out my little bowl fillers that I made. Coming right up. So here again, I just made them into tiny little pillows. Just showing you the napkin that I used. Same process, just put it on like a lighter colored fabric. And here's my little rooster. These would be so cute in your decor or on your tiered trays, or just putting them in, tucking them in with, something that you had on the shelf. Is that little puppy so cute? And then I tried to pick out some of my fabric that I had on hand. That's another thing I pick up. If I see something really pretty, I'll just pick up a yard of fabric. And that way, when I am crafting, I've got something that I can pull from. These are rice paper, and I did buy that from Jenny Willie. And those worked out just fine too. It's a little thicker if you've ever used rice paper. Mushrooms are in. Look at these pretty little prints on here. Loving it. and just kind of showing you the back side using, something similar, pulling a color out of that initial, print. And one more time, we'll roll through. Thank you very much for coming. I am excited to make some new videos soon, and we will see you next time. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.